Okay, no shoes. Wants to talk about my visions I've been having. I had this vision of me and these warriors. We were climbing up on this path that lead around this mountain, like in a circle. And we was climbing up this mountain, and the warrior in front of me was carrying one kid, and there was another little kid in front of me, and we was climbing up this mountain. There's a bunch of other warriors behind me, and we were climbing up this mountain. And then I had this other vision where I was in this cave, and I was laying on these buffalo robes and blankets and stuff, and there's this warrior, and he got up. He had a breechcloth on, and he was standing there with this lace in his hand. And then there's these two little boys. One little boy was about 6, and the other little boy was about 3. And then I had another vision of me in this cave, and I had 2 little boys and me and this warrior. He must have been my husband, because this floor in this cave, it was all like blue. It looked like it might have used to be a little pond or something. And we was in this cave, and I don't know exactly where this cave is at or anything, but this is my vision. Now I'm going to tell you about the spirits. One night, I was laying in my bed, and something just woke me up, and the next thing I know, I looked on my left side, and there's this warrior. He was wearing buckskins, and he was wearing moccasins. He had no shirt on, and he was crawling up along the side of me on his hands and knees. And he had this red painted mask around his eyes, and part of it by his nose and up by his eyebrows. He had this red mask on, and he had this gorgeous brown eyes. And I looked straight into those eyes, and somehow I knew this warrior. I knew this warrior. I mean, I can see him as plain as day, and I thought he was real. So I tried to put my hand on top of his hand, and then I looked up, and there was a warrior sitting there with his back towards the wall, sitting on my bed, and he had his legs crossed, and he had pretty long black hair, and he kind of like had a medium-sized nose. And I remember him saying, "Don't scare her." I remember that warrior saying, "Don't scare her." And I was thinking, I didn't think I was scared. Maybe I was. I was just trying to figure out why they was on my bed with me. And one time, I woke up the next morning, and it felt like I'd been up all night, and it felt like I was dancing in my front room and stuff. It was really weird, because I felt like I didn't get enough sleep, and it felt like I was dancing in my front room all night long with a bunch of warriors and stuff. And then another time, I had this vision of me when I was younger, and I came walking into the Indian village with these two baby cougars in my arms, and I walked up to this warrior. He had his hair in braids and wearing buckskins and moccasins and no shirt. And I walked up to him and asked him if I can keep him. And then I had so many visions and spirits coming to me, and they were telling me things and showing me things. And I always wondered why. And then I had an incident with my spiritual connection person. His name is Maurice. I went to Kmart, and I was looking at these flowers and stuff, and then I went inside and I dropped a prescription off at the pharmacy, and then I went to look around inside, and all of a sudden I kept hearing this voice to tell me to go back outside. And I kept looking around me, and I kept saying, "You want me to go back outside?" And I said, "Okay." And I kept looking around me, and I kept hearing this voice to tell me to go back outside. So I went up there to the pharmacy to pick up my prescription and stuff. And then I walked back outside, and I talked to this lady because I had this stuff that I wanted to get these flowers because I really had some good luck with them. So I wanted to get the same ones, and she told me to go talk to this guy. So, and I said, "Oh, great, okay." So I went over there and showed him the flowers that I wanted and stuff. And then next thing I know, I looked up, and there's these warriors and stuff dancing around us and stuff in a circle and stuff. And I just stood there and just watching that. And I was concentrating on Maurice's tattoos on his left shoulder and stuff, because what I was seeing and stuff, that's where I was trying to concentrate on his tattoos, because I was seeing all this stuff, and when their spirits and stuff were dancing around us and stuff. And when it seemed like it was happening for a long time, but not really. It just seemed like it. And I was cold and stuff, and I had goosebumps and stuff on me and stuff. And when it stopped, I just looked at him, and he didn't offer explanation or anything. So I just walked away. I didn't know what to think about that and stuff. And there's another time that we both was up in the spiritual world and stuff. And I went up there, and when I realized that Maurice was up there, and I hurried and turned around and tried to leave. And the next thing I know, Maurice was chasing after me. And he grabbed me around the waist. He put both of his arms and stuff around my waist, and he grabbed me back. And next thing I know, he was put me over his shoulder, and next thing I know, he's putting me in this chair. And he tied my legs and stuff in the back of the chair, and he took my wrists and stuff and tied them in the back behind me. And I was sitting there wondering what was going to happen next. And the next thing I know, we both were standing in front of a medicine man. And he had his bonnet and stuff on. And he was doing this, saying stuff to us. And he had this book in his hand and stuff. And the next thing I know, I was saying yeah. And the next thing I know, Maurice was saying yeah. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up. And I'm laying there thinking, what in the heck just happened? And what does that mean? And everything. And I'm sitting there saying, oh, wow. Does that mean what I think it means? So, I'm not really sure what that all means. But, if I think what it means, that I think we just got married in the spiritual world. Is that what it means? Does the spirits want us together? Do they want us to work together? I mean, we had twin boys together up in the spiritual world. Was it meant to be? Was it meant for me to have these babies up in the spiritual world? And when I came back, I didn't remember the twins. I must have been really on my deathbed to not to remember these twins and stuff. And now I'm fighting like crazy to get my twins back. And it doesn't seem like Maurice wants to come over here and talk to me about any of this. And it doesn't seem like Maurice's mom doesn't want to come over here and talk to me. I don't know why they separated the twins. I don't know the answers to that. I don't know if my twins have Apache names or not. I don't know. I don't know what last name they gave these kids. I don't know. And people always ask me these questions, and I always tell them I don't have the answers for those. And I always keep wondering, is time running out on this? When are they going to give these babies back? Are they ever? Are they just going to keep holding my babies out for ransom? I mean, they kidnapped them from me on my deathbed. I don't know what was so bad that I couldn't remember. That's my one regret, that I couldn't remember these twin babies. I couldn't remember to give birth until, like, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago and stuff. So now I'm sitting here, my regrets and stuff. Now, why I couldn't remember this sooner. And that's always my one regret. How can I forget my twins? I mean, how can I forget something so precious that the Creator gave us, and then He turned around and took them away? And the Creator is in charge. I know that. So what do I have to do to get my twins back? What do I have to do? Why did this happen this way? Was it meant to happen this way? Or what? I don't know. I don't really have the answers to these. I wish somebody can tell me this and stuff. And Maurice won't talk to me. His mom won't talk to me. And his dad won't talk to me. But the funny thing is that Maurice lives right across from me. And now he won't come over here and talk to me. What's the reason? What's the hold up? What do they want to hold up all this stuff for? If the spirits want us to work together or to be together, then how come this ain't happening? This is all my questions that I keep asking my grandfather and all the spirits and the ancestors. And every time I pray and everything, and these are the questions that I always ask. If this is the way it's supposed to be, or the way it's not supposed to be. I don't know, and I don't really have the answer, so I was hoping you Apaches out there might be able to help me on these answers, and maybe the Sioux, and maybe the Navajo, and maybe the Blackfoot Comanches, the Fox and the Sioux. The Fox and the Sox. And I really do hope that any other Native Americans out there that listen to this, I hope you can please help me and leave a comment at the bottom. And noshoes loves you all. And thank you for listening, and thank you for being there.